The names of the 3 states that are considering or have passed abortion bans at 12 weeks or less are South Carolina, North Carolina, and Nebraska. These states are part of a wave of new legislation that aims to restrict abortion rights in the wake of the U.S. Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade, the landmark ruling that established a nationwide right to abortion. In North Carolina, the Republican-controlled legislature passed a bill on May 4 that limits the window for most abortions to 12 weeks, down from 20, which could sharply reduce access to the procedure for millions of women across the U.S. The bill also includes $160 million for programs to increase contraceptive services, reduce infant and maternal mortality, and provide paid maternity leave for state employees and teachers. However, Democratic Governor Roy Cooper vetoed the bill over the weekend, saying it would greatly erode reproductive rights for North Carolinians and others who have become dependent on the state for abortions later in pregnancy. On May 16, the Senate voted to override Cooper's veto, and the House is expected to follow suit later in the day. If the override succeeds, North Carolina will join 9 other states that have banned abortion throughout pregnancy. In South Carolina, lawmakers are debating a bill that would ban abortion after about 6 weeks of pregnancy, when a fetal heartbeat can be detected. The bill would make exceptions for cases of rape, incest, or medical emergencies. The state Senate rejected a similar proposal earlier this year, but supporters hope to revive it in the House before the legislative session ends on May 18. If passed, the bill would face legal challenges from abortion rights groups, who argue that it violates the constitutional right to privacy and bodily autonomy. South Carolina is one of the few remaining southern states with relatively easy access to abortion, along with Florida and Virginia. In Nebraska, legislators are debating a proposal that would ban abortion at 12 weeks of pregnancy, based on the disputed claim that fetuses can feel pain at that stage. The bill would also require doctors to inform women of the availability of anesthesia for fetuses before performing an abortion. Opponents of the bill say it is based on junk science and would force women to undergo unnecessary and potentially harmful procedures. Supporters say it is a humane measure that protects unborn children from suffering. The bill is expected to face a filibuster from Democrats and some moderate Republicans in the unicameral legislature. The legal and political implications of the abortion bans, such as the possibility of veto overrides, court challenges, public protests, federal intervention, etc. The abortion bans at 12 weeks or less that are being considered by lawmakers in 3 states, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Nebraska, have sparked a fierce debate over the rights of women and the role of the government in regulating reproductive health. These bans are part of a nationwide wave of Republican-dominated state legislatures that have advanced abortion restrictions over strong opposition from Democrats since the Supreme Court revoked federal abortion rights in June 2022. The abortion bans face several legal and political hurdles before they can take effect. In South Carolina, the state house is debating a bill that would ban most abortions after 6 weeks of pregnancy, but some state senators who supported a similar bill earlier this year have expressed their opposition to the House version, leaving its fate uncertain if it returns to the Senate. In North Carolina, the Republican-controlled state Senate voted to override Democratic Governor Roy Cooper's veto of a bill banning most abortions after 12 weeks, but the state House still needs to do the same to enact the law. In Nebraska, where lawmakers narrowly voted down a 6-week abortion ban in April, the legislature is set to debate a bill that would restrict gender-affirming care for minors and also prohibit abortions for pregnancies beyond 12 weeks. If any of these bills become law, they are likely to face legal challenges from abortion rights groups and providers who argue that they violate the constitutional right to privacy and bodily autonomy. The bills could also trigger public protests from activists on both sides of the issue who want to voice their opinions and influence public opinion. The federal government could also intervene in the state-level abortion battles by passing legislation or issuing executive orders that would protect or restrict access to abortion services nationwide. However, such federal actions could also face legal challenges or political backlash from states that disagree with them. The abortion bans at 12 weeks or less are not only a matter of personal choice and health care, but also a matter of power and ideology. They reflect the deep divisions in the country over the role of government, the rights of individuals and the value of life. They also have significant implications for the future of reproductive justice and democracy in America.